So hi.
Hi.
So we have Ekta Singh. Did I pronounce it right?
Not very, but it's okay.
Sure. So she holds Ekta's gathering.
Yes, I do.
And I want to start off by asking, what is Ekta's gathering?
Okay, so Ekta's Gatherings is an idea, an initiative by me, which I've been working on for about 3 years, 3 to 4 years now. And it's actually a platform where, I encourage people to bring their perspectives in the various forms of art, music, science, environment, health, everything, all of these. So the idea is to collaborate with the people who are doing exceptional work in their fields and who want to sort of bring a new idea out or a new perspective out. So that's what I'm trying to do with it.
How long have you been doing this?
So I've been doing this for 3 odd years, 3 to 4 years, yeah, I would say.
Oh, nice. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, myself, which part of myself?
What are you into?
Okay.
What are you into?
Yes, so I've been into let me start off with how I came on this idea of Ekta's Gathering, how my work sort of started. Let's talk from there because that'll give you an idea of what kind of a person I am and what I'm trying to do basically. So I started off with the typical Bangalorean IT job. And the only good part of me was that I figured out very early that I don't like it and I don't want to do it. And of course, I did it for a year and a half, and I realized this is not my thing. And as a growing up, I was the biggest introvert anyone would have witnessed. Even amongst my friends, nobody really thought I will be doing this basically because none of my environments encouraged me to do that. And I'm an artist, and in my heart, so I was that kind of a person who's not very shy, who's very shy and awkward and stuff. So when I quit my job, I took a 6-month break, doing nothing, painting and just wasting my money and everything. Saved up money. And then generally I realized, hey, I'm not having enough money to fool around anymore now. I need to do something. And then a friend of mine was doing a startup where he was holding workshops for kids, and they're army-based workshops. I've never done something like this, and I never thought I will do something like this. I just thought, hey, I'm here, and I'm available to do. Would you be interested in making me a part of this? They're like, okay. And this is a new realm for me altogether. People, activities. This is something I've never done in my life. When I did, I realized I like it. And it slowly grew onto me, and I'm like, this is not so bad, and people are not so bad, and it's nice feeling to be amongst them. That's when my interest started, and I realized I ended up doing networking events for a startup, Bangalore-based startup. I was doing networking events when startup scene had just started in Bangalore, which was about 5-6 years ago. When it was peaking, and I did. Every fortnight I would do an event where I'd gather about 40 people, 35 to 40 people, CEOs, founders, networking, talking about their startups, this, that. And I did this for a year and a half. Alone, every fortnight, I would be the only
call
person.
Up all the
Yes. On Facebook, LinkedIn, and connects. Once your work is out, people start knowing about it. And they sort of recommend. And that's how.
So how are these networking, social... business networking?
Yes.
What would one expect out of that?
Okay,
so... If you attended?
Right, so initially it is a platform where you can talk about your work and you can meet potential collaborators and potential partners or people who you want to work with, all of those. This provides a platform for that. So that's essentially why people come for networking. So, and I had like a dough fee, and people came paying the dough fee every fortnight, and they started to see that it's helping them. At least get their word out of what they're doing, and and when I saw that it's helping people, it was very motivating for me. People used to come and tell me, hey, thanks, I found this person through your network. So this sort of, I got into a trip of, wanting this more. And that's encouraged me and I kept doing it. But of course, I couldn't keep on doing startups. It was a bit boring because I wanted to explore art. It's very formal, it's boring, and then, it's a bit pretentious also on some level because it's just on some level marketing, that's it, marketing your startup. So, I met an innovator and an artist in my event and I thought I should work with him because I really liked what he was doing. He was building an electric vehicle, Mr. Vivek Chaturvedi. He was building an electric vehicle at that time, which was targeting on breaking some world record. So I got onto the project. I started working alone, single-handedly branding it, marketing it, doing fundraising events, getting the shows at ISRO and ISC, all of that, like reaching out. And we had also one of our demos being displayed at ISC.
So it was like a prototype or something, right?
Yeah, a prototype.
What was it?
So it was a prototype of the electric vehicle that he was building.
Like biogas kind of a thing?
No, electric.
Just proper electric.
Just proper electric. So it was a three-wheeler basically. Just a very awkward version of an auto. And we had great response for that because we had people coming and asking what's this weird vehicle, what's it about. And so I was very encouraged doing new things through that platform, through that association. And then the innovator had to move out of Bangalore and we had to sort of split and stop that work because of some issues. And then I'm like, okay, now this is it. I will do my thing on my own and I'm not going to work for anyone. I'll just do it myself. Whatever I feel, whatever moves me, whatever inspires me, I'll take that up, that collaboration up and I'll work on it. So that's how I started Ekta's Gallery. Long story.
So, no problem. Sorry to hear that.
Awesome.
So, coming to the gatherings, should we start off with the Impressionism style of painting, one of the gatherings?
Sure. Okay. So, yes, Impressionism is just one part of the gathering. I collaborated with Mr. Ajay Verma for that. He's an artist, he's a fine arts masters. And I bumped into him at a cafe and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Amazing work. Do you want to work with me? And we started, deciding on it. So Impressionism was basically an idea where I believe, with the collaborator that, see, art is not something you take up just because you think you have an artistic ability or you have this special knack. I believe art is for everyone, and it is something that you can just imbibe and just make it a part of your life. So it's not only for artists. So when I do my events, I make sure it's reaching out to people who are non-artists, primarily, not startup guys, business guys. These guys, and strangely enough, I've got responses a lot from those guys as well. So I'm like, okay, let's do this and let's propagate a basic style of art, which is Impressionism. Let's do it. So Impressionism is basically a very abstract form of art, where you don't use brush, and you just use paint in your hands or scrape, some kind of waste material, and you build, create a image out of that. So it was actually, it was a concept of, I think, late 1800, sometime. Bangkok is one of the very famous places and many others. Monet, another artist. So I read about these guys and I thought, this is so beautiful and it needs to be revived. Of course, I'm not solely an artist to be doing this or an art curator, but I thought this is nice. And people should know that basically this event is just to break the mindset of people that art is for artists. Or only if I'm art inclined I will be able to do it. Because in my event there are a couple of people who have never picked a brush in their lives. They actually made a beautiful artwork and they were shocked that I could do this. So that's my joy. For me that's like, wow, that's it. This is what I wanted.
Helping bring out the art in others.
Yes, that's a part of it. Yes, definitely. And see, helping people get a perspective. I would see more rightly is that because it's not art only. Like I Okay, great. So I've done I did a forest walk where I just took people into a forest. We just walked into a forest, and which was led by an expert who's a butterfly expert. So the idea was to showcase people the perspective of ecological balance in nature. So we went into a walk, and this experts were explaining yes, the ecological balance. So that was another perspective. So for me, it's about giving a perspective to people and at least enabling a perspective. I will not say I can give a perspective, but I can enable it. And if you're interested, come and take a look at it. That's.
And what about the walk? You want to talk more about that?
Yeah. So we had this is at Hasiru Valley. You know, the drive. It's a scrub forest on the outskirts of Bangalore.
What's it called?
Hasiru Valley. Check it out.
So
H-A
Hasiru.
H-A-S-I Hasiru Valley, yeah, there you go. It's a scrub forest, and the idea was to bring awareness on environment.
Okay.
And of course, people don't care about causes, okay? So, we have to make the story where, it's something educational for kids. So, I got kids, parents to come for it, and in return, they learned about it.
It should be here, right?
Oh, yeah, it should be there. Some things are not,
So what was the walk like?
So the walk was basically walking around the forest, inside the forest, with permission of the forest, staff and everything. So as we walk, we come across, let's say, an anthill or a tree that's with particular kind of leaf. So the expert explains all those things. Like, what is the point of this anthill? How does it function? What is its significance in the atmosphere? So yeah, in balance, and then we find some really insights that we actually miss out on. So we talk about those and the butterflies we spot. So the whole walk was all about that. And explorative into environment, basically. Exploration into environment. Yeah, we saw a lot of butterflies. We spotted some birds also. Actually, we had a bird expert, butterfly expert. Yeah, it was great. For kids really enjoyed that. Yeah.
So, where do you hold the events?
I don't have an event space. I would not say that I collaborate with spaces. So,
is it usually that place, or you like to?
No, I always try to find a new place. So the nature of my venue space is always direct on the event. Yeah. So what kind of event it is and what kind of people will be pulled to this venue. Sometimes venues approach me and they're like, hey, can you do something here because we need people to know about this place. And I'm like, okay, sure, let's curate something for you, like what the venue would, what suits the venue. So that's how it is.
So, do you talk about how do you start?
Yeah, once you get this idea, how do you know? Do it.
Okay.
Where do you start?
Yeah, sure. So see, it's always a very nervous start because I'm all alone and I don't have a team. I don't work with a team. I don't even have a photographer in my team. I always freelance and work with students or whatever. NIFT and Christ. I have a lot of volunteers coming from there. So when I did a concept in my mind that I've spotted my collaborator. I'm like, now I need to find out what kind of people might be interested in this.
Yeah.
One is my Facebook. I have a following, because people have been following my work on Facebook extensively for years now. So I have a following there, and they look at it. Okay, this is coming next, and then they reach out to me, and I reach out to them. That's one way. The other way is obviously word of mouth. People have known my work a little bit more than before. So now it's easier for me. If I tell someone, in some community, they'll just reach out to me and they'll come reach to me. The third way is venue space. So the venue also separately markets because they want a successful event and they want to be promoted also for the venue space. So it's usually collaborative. And then the guy I'm collaborating with. So I make channels and I start reaching out to people. So easily that.
Nice.
See, me and Sakshat, we can't collaborate and be here on time most of the days. I don't know, how do you even do this?
Okay, so what's your curiosity about it? You've asked
the time, how do you get it?
How do I get what?
How do you get the time to manage all this?
Okay, well, see, primarily this is my primary work. So I make time for it. I don't get time. I'm not working at an IT company or I'm not working for someone. This is my own thing and I'm fully responsible for its success. So I work, I slog, I reach out online, I reach out at places. I mean, I do whatever it takes to see. Yeah.
So,
What is a date with yourself?
What is a date with myself?
With yourself, you went?
Okay. So that was a self-portrait workshop.
okay.
So yeah, I was, people make fun of, one person made fun of this name, a date with yourself. He said, have we come down to this that we have to date our own selves? I'm like, wait a minute, I'll tell you why I mean this. See, in this whole hustled life that we live, we are just running around, friends, party, and then weekend and then work. So hustled, we don't have time where we can sit and reflect with ourselves. So this was just a slowing down event, wherein you come and you don't have to be an artist. You will be guided by an artist how to make a self-portrait of yours. Like, do you know the part of your faces? You know the curves, the angles. So it's like a deep introspection with yourself. So that's why I call it a date with yourself.
Nice.
And it was a very unique event where we gave people mirrors and they looked at the mirrors and they sketched themselves with the guidance.
Do you usually partake in your events or you just like
Busy hosting it.
I always wish to partake because this is an exciting idea for me, but I usually can't because I have to manage. Like I need to see things are going fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about this event called Chef with a Conscious?
Oh yes, Chef with a Conscious. So that's a very dear event for me because it's actually in collaboration with a chef who's actually passed out from a very big college in Switzerland and he's 10 years of experience and he and I believe that healthy eating is always an expensive deal. We have been made to believe that. Okay? So we wanted to break this myth that healthy eating can be on your budgets. You don't have to spend and make a hole in your pocket and pretend to be this whole vegan thing. So the idea of Chef with a Conscious was to promote healthy eating in a budget-friendly manner.
Okay, so how does that go about? Is there any, do you teach nutrition or
No,
how
we
to
don't.
choose your food?
Okay, so see, we bake. It's a myth-breaking event, like myth-breaking around healthy eating. So first we spoke about the significance of sugar and salt, simple things like what is
Processed
it?
food.
Yeah, processed food. What are the damages with processed food, and what are the myths around processed food also?
Alternatives.
Yes, alternatives also. And then we served a brunch, which consisted of bread, soup, salad.
Right.
So this was a live experience for people to eat healthier. And then we explained this. How much we paid to make this. And it was very nominal, and they were so shocked. So that was the idea, and we let people ask their questions. So we had about how.
So, tell us more about the filmmaking course.
The filmmaking workshops, okay. So, filmmaking workshop, I did that with a friend, Rupa Rao, actually. She's a web series filmmaker who made it quite big recently with her, the Other Love Story movie. So, basically, I started off that with the intention of helping her raise funds. That's how we started. That's how I collaborate. I try to help someone also in the process. It's not, I can always collaborate with a famous guy and make a successful event. But for me, it's about, enabling and empowering existing talents in the city. So that's my main objective. And it's very hard for me to do it, but I want to do only that. There's no other. Yeah, that's worked for me and for the person also, and everyone else as well. So that filmmaking workshop was a one-day workshop. I did about 3 of them over, I think, last year sometime. And it consisted of, what a short filmmaker needs to be equipped with to make a success. Right from, which film festivals should he reach out to, and what is the kind of production cost that involves in making a small film, and how to reach out to get, work done through collaborations and rather than just breaking your own head alone. So that platform sort of helped people to make teams and work together also. couple of them got hired with her for assisting her next movies. So yeah, it was just a successful one for people who came. It was very insightful. They got ideas on what to do with short film, how to proceed with short films, basically. Yeah.
So any memorable event?
Yeah. So I have. Practically every event is memorable for me because it's very different from the other. But there's one that I would say is a very significant event in my work, experience, which is my collaboration with the international curator, Akumal Ramchandran. So he is actually responsible for Shepard's in the US, who made it quite big at one point, who sold for $1 million and stuff. So he's a curator. He's actually brought Shepard's into life, basically. So I very fortunately bumped into him at a tattoo studio opposite Rangashankara, a friend's tattoo studio, and he was just sitting there, and he's 69 or something, and he was just sitting and chatting with somebody, and I found it very interesting to hear him, and I said, what is that you do? And that's how we started talking. And in like 3 weeks time, I said, we are doing an event, if you're interested. I want you to talk to a bunch of art curators in India, in Bangalore, and address them. And maybe mentor them also if needed. So what we did was, we don't need this, right? Yeah? Okay. So the idea with that event was an evening with Akumal Ramchandran. That is the name of the event. And I brought 9 art curators from Bangalore, from eminent spaces like Atagalata, Lahi Lahi, and which is that, an art village in Jayanagar. I'm forgetting the name right now. So a bunch of famous spaces, founders. I brought them onto the panel. And Ranjan Malik was one of the speakers also. He's pretty famous, and Vasu Dixit as well, very famous musician in Bangalore. So these guys came. And we did a film screening for Akumal. Akumal's film, which was made by Salman Rushdie, called The Artist and the Pest. So we did a screening. We did a movie screening, and then we had a panel discussion on art patronage in India. So Akumal gave amazing insights onto it. And of course, all the art curators had their questions to Akumal, and we just kept it very interactive. We had audience coming in who wanted to interact with these guys. They got one-on-one interaction. So it was about 3.5 to 4 hours event with a break, and it was a great success. Everyone loved it. They asked me, when am I doing something next like this? I said, I'll see. So it was a very memorable event, very big. I didn't call in the press for it because Akumal had, instructed not to have any media for this. Otherwise, I wanted to get some coverage.
Yeah.
Why not speak about
Watch out!
film scoring or filmmaking too? Do we speak both?
We did slightly speak about that, the short filmmaking.
Yeah, then what about film
Scoring? Yeah.
Yes,
That's how you
which
met.
Akshat was a part
Yes.
of. Yes. So, film music scoring, basically that's a topic that not anybody will do very easily because it's very hard for people to get interested in scoring. Because music scoring comes much later, and they do it internally. You don't need a workshop for it. That's what people believe. But the guy I collaborated with, Aprajit, musician, so he actually he inspired me to do this event actually because he's such a fabulous musician, and I thought, when I hear his music, I see a story, and I told him, why don't you want to share this with people who are actually, Bangalore is such a hub for short filmmakers, and you should probably talk about this to people and make them see this perspective. He's like, okay, sure. And it was hard for me. I had to target short filmmakers and then musicians under that. So somehow I managed to do it, and that's why I met Akshat. Akshat reached out to me for this event, and that's how this is happening actually, that we're having this session because of Akshat. Yeah, who could say, but yeah, that's great. And see, this is the benefit of doing gatherings. this is how things move, you know, and it's about time that we come out of our shells and, you know, do and, you know, learn from each other.
Yes.
So I believe this is important, and this is the next thing basically. Like community activities should be propagated at this time, the way we are living our lives.
Should be implemented in schools.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Highly, you know.
Yeah.
I believe that we are just becoming so much more, you know,
Sized out.
yeah, sized out. We need to be more inclusive. We are losing that ability.
Yeah.
So my intention with it is also to bring people together. You know, many of my gatherings, people become friends. They and then Aprajit found a singer through my event. He actually, he made, you guys work together.
Okay.
Surbhi and him.
Yeah, one of the Bobcat.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, that's how it goes. So it's a chain reaction. once he starts
Exactly.
Like there's a thing about like workshops, but then like community-wise, it gets feel like it's
Something different. already.
True. And see, workshops, how is it different from any other event? You know, I would say that I build the community and I call it the, welcome to a pure circle. When I say that, I don't mean it's for everyone. No offense meant, you know, it's for everyone, but only some can be a part of this because only some see the need for this. And now we're starting out as communities which are trying to see the need for something like this.
Yeah.
You know, why will anybody not want to explore something new in Bangalore? To just come out of your comfort zone, see something new. I'm not asking them to become artists or hypnotherapists or musicians. I'm just giving them a perspective. Like, hey, look at this.
That's why the growth happens, right?
Yes.
Out of the comfort.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I believe in actually, that only through perspectives you grow. You can't grow as a musician if you are only thinking of music. You can't grow.
More perspective.
Yeah. If you're a musician, you have to probably think like a hypnotherapist sometimes, or like a flamenco dancer, or maybe like a environmentalist. So this aspect is to give perspectives, and what you make of yourself is what you want to make of yourself.
Brings us to hypnotherapy.
Yes.
You want to talk more about it?
Did it happen or you're planning?
No, it happened last month. Yeah, it was great. I did that this place called the Asian Spa in Kolkata. So I mean, he was very happy to give me the space. It's beautiful, like open and green and quiet. I wanted a place. The Asian Spa, the women's spa. So
We want to know about you.
the owner, Mr. Shailendra, he's a friend of mine. I had visited that once, and then I found. Yes. Yeah, sure. So that event was about not promoting therapies or promoting a therapist, but about getting a perspective into health, mental health, basically. So I see a lot of people struggling with anxiety, depression, and the likes. And I have very closely seen some people become better and happier with some simple therapies like hypnosis and hypnotherapy and different kinds of it. So I have taken one of that. So I was convinced that this kind of helps people, and I don't propagate things I have not done. So once I was sure, I'm like, okay, this kind of helps. So I should tell this about this to people. Let's have a session and let's get a hypnotherapist and take the science of therapy, not the esoteric matter of hypnosis.
Yeah.
The science of it, like why should you take it and how does it help you clinically. So that session was about clinically explaining what is this therapy about. A lot of people, I think a lot of them went for the therapy also, and that's what I hear. So yeah, so that sort of thing.
So the event was more about practice the techniques, or
It was about the whole, like a little perspective onto mind. Yeah, introduction. It was just a prelude to hypnosis. We are not trying to hypnotize people, which a lot of people thought. No, I'm not going to get hypnotized. Like, no.
People are interested.
curious about what it is?
Yes. People are curious about these things, right? And let's bring that curiosity to some, level where they can be sure about. Yeah, just get some clarity on it. So this was that event for them.
So the hypnotherapy does
Good.
Yes, maybe I can take that as a takeaway from that session. But my idea was like, hey, there is a option like this if you're interested. That's it. I was not propagating hypnotherapy as such. I always.
Some books on hypnosis.
You do?
I really like that.
Oh, okay.
Just a couple of books.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yes. So in this session we didn't speak about therapy as it is. We spoke about mind, the conscious and the unconscious mind and the subconscious mind, the very science of mind and how it functions, how your traumas get deeply imbibed into your personalities and stuff like that. So we were taking it from there like a prelude. Not talking about therapy, how it helps you and all that. Yeah. That was not our idea. Yeah. I was so disappointed.
So what's your view on memes?
Memes are life.
My brother has a meme page.
Oh man, please make me memes are like, I want to do a gathering around memes. Actually, I wanted to do something just displaying memes, because memes are the
They're
smartest
kind of an
ways.
art, or I consider them as an art.
I feel
micro
this is so,
expression.
it has such a potential.
Yeah.
People are using memes as marketing tools now.
Exactly,
What do you
yeah.
see?
BBSB.
Yeah.
What was that? Bangalore. Have you seen that meme?
Yeah, I've seen some of
Yes.
it.
Through the noise.
Yeah. See, and it's also very relatable.
Yeah.
See, it's not loud, it's
Very
not
communal.
preachy, it's not, trying to be some political thing.
It's just funny. Yeah.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
And why do you think stand-up comedians are a big hit? People want to take more stand-up comedians more seriously than politicians these days, right? So that's for a reason. People want humor, and as Oscar Wilde says, right? If you want to say this truth, wear a mask.
Yeah.
You know, and you can say
Let the
the truth.
persona come out.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, memes are life, and memes. It's practically the most. It's the most time I spend on internet is actually looking at memes.
Everyone.
Yeah, I think.
Pretty sure
I hope so.
everyone.
I hope so because there's
So along
nothing
with the Van
else.
Gogh Museum, we'll have all our memes.
Yes. Yeah, I went to Van Gogh last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, memes. One museum we should have. I think we will have it eventually. Like 5 years from now, no, I'm sure. Somebody's thinking about this
Back
already.
then, like it started about 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
From those kind of generation memes, and then we
And
just
memes
stayed
are
on to
improving also now.
Yeah.
You know, there's a website where you can make memes. I found out.
You have apps.
You have
Apps to
apps.
make memes, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Should we end with that? So yeah, you're quite social around Bangalore. So any spaces that are quite happening that you would want to tell people?
Okay. See, Bohemian House is really pretty space if people want to explore it.
Shout out to Bohemian House.
Yes. Hi Varun, this is an unpaid marketing thing for you. Please. So Bohemian House is very pretty, and there are a bunch of other pretty places which I want to work with actually. I can't think of some right now, but maybe offline I can tell some people about it. Yeah. Sure.
So anyone who's helped you, any shout out to anyone who's helped you through all your gatherings?
So crucial part of
that's a very nice thing you have adding to this.
Have to,
Yeah. So I would actually.
they're the unsung heroes.
Yes.
We call that for your
No,
gatherings.
not unsung.
But a little help.
Very, I would say, low-key heroes. Not unsung. I will sing for them. So this logo that Ekta's gathering, I want to tell about this. It's by Surya.
Okay.
He's a filmmaker and he's also a creative designer and stuff.
Okay.
So this was a gift from him to me.
Okay.
He actually looked at my work and he's like, hey, I think you need to have something that represents your work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's fine. You don't have to take pain. And he's like, no, I want to just gift you something. And that's how this landed to me. And I think it's so pretty. It really signifies what I'm trying to do. And it's like a limited circle and then reaching out.
Yeah.
So just the whole community feeling comes through very well through this. So yeah, I think that's what I want to do with this. Bring
Other than Surya,
nurture.
Shout out to Surya.
Surya, hi.
What's up?
Thanks for the logo.
Anyone else?
Yeah. All my collaborators, in fact, all the people I've collaborated with, everyone is special, right? From Vishwasji, with whom I did my forest event, to Ajay Verma, who have done a bunch of art workshops, and then Ujjwal, believing in my work in the very beginning of your first workshop. And who Who else? Rupa Rao. I did a bunch of works with her, filmmaking workshops with her. Akumal Ramchandra. Thank you for believing that I could just do a talk for you. And just everyone actually.
And
What about someone related to yoga?
Yoga.
You had an older person.
Oh yes, I did a emotional EQ. Yes. So I did something, an event, a small talk event called "What's Your EQ," which is emotional quotient, talking about how emotions, affect you and how to sort of work with your emotions. So there was Mr. Raja Jitendra. He's actually a yoga master based out of Bangalore, and I was very moved by his practice called Avakriya, which I also try to get in touch and learn. So that was basically to stabilize your emotions. I took his talks to hospitals, startup workplaces, and he had a talk on EQ. Why is EQ important at workplaces? So that's what we were trying to talk about through that startup talks.
it's pretty important subject.
Very much, very much.
Cool. I think that's a wrap.
Awesome! Great, thank you! Thank you both of you!
Last what was the next day?
Yeah,
So plugged in. So
right. So we are, I'm doing a flamenco session. Flamenco is a dance session, which I'm doing on 27th at Bohemian. So if it interests, dance interests you, or movement interests you, reach out to me and all of us. Thank you.
That's a
both
wrap.
of you.
See you guys.
See you.
See you. Thanks, Akshay and you. Thank you. Sasha. Awesome. Good job, guys. It's hot. I need to.
Do you need one more coffee?
I don't mind actually.
Yep.
But keep the sugar less.
Yeah, I know. Last time I was a pretty. Yeah.